Hi, my name is John Clarkson. I'm a technical writer with the Lync product group, and in this demonstration I'd like to show you how to use Microsoft Lync 2010 SDK to add, rename, and delete custom groups in Lync. First of all, a little bit about what a custom group is. If you see the slide that's coming up here, to get an idea, compare and contrast the three kinds of groups in Lync. First of all, we've got custom groups, which are permanent but only visible to the user who added them. Distribution groups are added using Outlook and are discoverable in Lync, and frequent groups are domain-wide and must be added by server admins. And to start off with the demonstration, I've got a completed version of this application that I'll run for you here to show you what we're going to be doing. I'm going to add a group called Team, and you'll get a message box here, and you see it shows up in the Lync client UI. Then we'll rename it to Team is the old name, and the new name is going to be New Better Team. And we'll click the rename button, get the message, and you see the rename appears in the UI. And we'll copy this name, and we're going to remove the group. Click Remove Group, and there it goes. It's removed. So, for more details and conceptual background on this issue, there's a walkthrough topic that's available in the MSDN library under Servers and Enterprise Development, Lync 2010 documentation, general reference, API concepts, model API concepts, contacts and groups walkthrough concepts, and then the actual topic is a walkthrough topic called Add, Remove, and Rename Custom Groups. And it's got conceptual background, nice object model chart, and a lot of code in here. A lot of this code is actually used in this demonstration. So you can refer back to here for more information. So we'll go ahead and open Visual Studio 2010, and I've already got the skeleton of this application up here. You can see I've added the various controls we need, and I've added the button event handlers. We need to add a reference to Microsoft.lync.model. And then I'm going to add three using statements. First of all, using Microsoft.lync.model. And then I'll copy that and use it to add the other two. Model.group and model.extensibility. And then down inside the class I'm going to declare a couple of objects. First of all, a contact manager object. And then a Lync client object. And going down to the event handler for the add button, we're going to get the name of the group that we're adding from the text box. And then we're going to get an instance of the contact manager, which we have to get from Lync client. And then I'm going to use that instance to register an event handler for the group added method. And we'll fill this out in a minute or two here. Before that, I want to add a async callback delegate to process the add request. And I'm going to pass as a parameter here the name of the method, the callback method, which will be begin add group complete. But I need to get it inside the parens here, so I'll cut and paste. And then I need to call the begin add group method. And as a parameter, I want to pass it our string. I want to pass it the name of our callback method and a null. And then we want to go down to the event handler. And I'm just going to post a message box here with some text to notify us that the add was successful. System.windows.forms.messagebox.show, and then we'll add some text. And we'll display the value for the e.group.name property. And now we need to create the callback method. You can see the code editor complaining about the fact that it's still missing. Private void begin add group complete. And async result. And it would probably be a good idea in here to do a check to see that we're getting a valid async result, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to call the endAddGroup method and pass it the result. And now we'll go ahead and fill out the event handler for the rename button, and a couple of string variables to get the old and new names. And now we need to get a contact manager instance from the Lync client. And I want to declare a group object. And we'll just set it to null to start off with here. And now I need to add 3 if blocks here that we're basically going to use to verify that the group that we're getting is a custom group and a valid group and all that other stuff. First one's going to be contact manager.groups .try_get_group. We'll do this to verify that we're actually able to get the group that we're looking for. And I'm having problems here with parens. I'm going to pass it the string for the old name, and going to use an out parameter here to get the group that we're going to be renaming. And I got to balance out my parens here. And I want to add or register an event handler for the name changed event on the group that's being renamed. And we'll fill this event handler out a little bit later. Down to my second if block. I want to verify that the type is custom group. And in the if block, I want to cast it to custom group. My last if block down here, I want to use to make sure that custom group is not null. And inside the if block, we're going to call the begin rename method and pass the results to the iAsync result object. And as a parameter, we're going to give it the new name string and a couple of nulls. We're going to try to give it a couple of nulls. And then the very end here, we're going to call the end rename method and pass it as a parameter our iAsync result object. Now we've got to go to the event handler for the name changed event. And I'm just going to copy our message box statement and paste it down here. And our text is going to be group is renamed to. And we'll use the e.newName property. And now we're going to go to the click handler for the remove button. And once again, we need to get the name of the group we're going to remove. And once again we need to get a contact manager instance from Lync client. And I want to register an event handler for the group removed event. And we'll fill that out in a second. And I want to get a group object, set it to null for the moment. Group to remove equals null. Okay, and then I want to add an if block here. And to start off with, I want to check to see that we're actually able to get the group. So I'm going to go contact manager.groups .try to get group, and I'm going to pass it the string for the name of the group and an out parameter for that group object that we just created, that we just instantiated. And then inside the if block we're going to create a second if statement, and I want to go group to remove.type and check that it is a custom group. And then down inside here I want to add a statement. I want to call the begin remove group method. And as parameters I want to add my group object, and I want to add the name of a callback method. And I want to add a null object. Copy it, so we're going to need that. And go ahead and add the callback. And inside the callback I want to get the contact manager again. So we've got a Lync client, and then we can get the contact manager. And then I want to call the end remove group method, or the end remove group method. And now I need to find my event handler, so we need to remove event registrations. There it is. So it's e.group, .name changed, to rename name changed. And now I have forgotten to add at the very bottom of the click event handler our message box statement. So I need to go back up there and take care of that. Copy it. And we'll just paste it in right here. Change the text. And we're going to use the group to remove.name property. Is removed, period. So now we can save our work, build to make sure that we've got a good project, and we do. Go ahead and hit F5, resize this thing and get us some room, and we'll try this thing out, see how it works. First we'll add a group. And click add a group and get the message, and you see it shows up in the UI. And we'll rename it. Copy paste. Our new team. And we get the message, and you see it's renamed in the UI. And now we're going to copy paste again. And we'll click remove a group, and disappears from the UI, and we get our message that our new team is removed. And we'll go ahead and close it. Now the very last thing I want to show you here, a little trick you can play, is if you remove the back end of the URL here and just add code, make it code.msdn.microsoft.com, look what you get. There's all our sample code, and later on, real soon now, we'll have posted up here the sample code for this demonstration. So thank you very much for joining us today, and goodbye.